In this video, I hope to show the interplay between high voltage and flames. If you saw the video about a Jacob's ladder using a microwave oven transformer, at some point I noticed that the flame that was being used was changing shape when the electrical current started to form. So I'm going to try and see what that looks like without the Jacob's ladder involved. Uh, Essentially, I got a jar. I think it's an old jar of pickles or something. I don't know. It was small. Maybe it was olives. Filled it with some olive oil, cut a hole in the top, a thin one, put a wick in there. And of course, the oil goes up, soaks up the wick, and then it'll produce a flame here without the wick being produced or being used up that much. And then what I did was put two bolts very close to the flame. They're about 2 centimeters apart, connected to clamps that go to the positive of the microwave oven transformer and the negative of the microwave oven transformer. So between this right here, there's going to be about 5,000 volts, but it's not enough to jump the gap because the amperage is low. It's not non-existent, but it's low. So it can't break the air barrier there. But I think it will affect the flame. I'm just not sure what it's going to do. So we'll find that out here shortly. Okay. So here's contraption. I guess it was artichokes that I was talking about. So there's lamp oil in there, a wick that comes through, and I had used this in the past to melt paraffin or wax. So it's been burned before, but still works great. Then here's our two bolts, one going to positive and one to negative of the microwave oven transformer, which is right here and always says danger high voltage on them. And so we'll light this up and turn that thing on and we'll see what happens. I frankly don't know for sure what will, so this should be interesting. I'm going to light this. Usually this leads to a pretty tall flame. I don't know why, to be perfectly honest, but it does. And I'm going to go down and turn this thing on. Look at that. The flame is now clearly touching both bolts. I'm going to undo it. Turn it off. And the flame returns to normal. So the electricity coming through is not enough to arc between them, but it's certainly ionizing the air enough, and it's attracting the flame to both sides. Here we go, turned it on again. I gotta get a side view of this. This is really unique looking. All right. I'll be honest, I don't know 100% what's going on, but that's pretty cool. All right, this will be much better view. 1, 2, 3. On goes microwave oven transformer. Look at that. It sort of draws the flame to both sides of the bolts. I have not seen something like this, and honestly, like I said, I really don't know exactly what's going on. Turn it off, and it immediately goes back to a regular flame. One more time, turning on the oven transformer, microwave oven transformer, and turning it off. All right, I don't know, but I will look this up to do some research, see if I can figure out exactly what's going on. This is pretty darn unique. So after what I just saw, I thought I would try one other idea, and that is these little stun gun units that put out about 30,000 volts or so. Um, and so here's the fact it might mess up the video. Seen that before. So the flame does basically the same thing. Well, actually at the base it kind of goes crazy. There's no wind here. In fact, this never gaps that far, so the flame is actually taking up or transferring the spark It's getting attracted to the negative here a lot. Look at that. Look at that. And then I can spark this one on the metal of the top. The power is going through the flame into the metal, and I was able to spark it with a positive on this end. Look at that attraction. And the opposite with this positive, it just pushes it away. Look at that. Huh. Oh wow, it's wrapping itself right around this. Look at that. There's like a divot on the side of the flame. Not a big one, just a small one. It's still pretty interesting. Holy smokes. If I hold them both close, it just goes crazy. Wow. Look at this. Okay. Again, I don't know what's up, but it sure is interesting to look at. And to show the plasma of the fire is interacting with the what I believe is some of the plasma developing in the air between these two electrodes with high voltage, both the microwave oven transformer and this little unit for stun guns. So, all right, we're done.